Page 32, Silent Night. Very famous Christmas piece. 3/4 time. So we're counting to 3 and we're counting quarter notes. Okay, let's take it one hand at a time. Right hand, you're starting here. You get one note, and then the left hand takes over until the third measure. You get 3/8 notes. It's a chord, C chord, just that's all. Then the left hand plays the dotted half note. So let's go to the second line. Measure 5. Sometime while the left hand is playing, you have to move the right hand up to here. So your third finger's on G. So you're just going up a couple keys here. So when you measure 5, it's 1 and 2 and 3. I trust I don't need to teach dotted rhythms here because I do that in the method book. So go to the method book if you don't understand dotted rhythms and go through the method book very carefully. They're not complicated. They're pretty easy, actually, my opinion. So just, yeah, 1 and 2. Now for measure 9, you got to stretch out here, and then once you play it, then you can collapse the hand. See, I could have just lifted up and moved, but I like to feel my way around the keyboard. So if I can, I do. And this way, I just reach up to it here and then collapse. 2, 3. Measure 13, it's a 2 and then a 3. Again, I take advantage of the repeated notes to change hand positions because I need to be in this position and I'm not. So I'm here. 1, 2, 1 and 2. Measure 17, they say 4. I disagree. Just stay here and use third. I didn't come down. I'm here. Just stay there. Measure 21, you reach up 5 and then 3. Again, we're out of position. Here and then here. B and an F. 1 and 2. 2, 3, 1, 2. Now we got a kicker going from measure 24 to 25. It's from here to here. Yuck. Well, you're lifting up anyway, so you can get away with it. But as far as fingering goes, this is yucky. There's another fingering you can use a little more advanced. I'll leave it up to you, but I think it's easier than this. Is on, go back to measure 22. You're here. Here. Scrunch up and use third finger on the C. And a little finger on the E. Here. And now what we're going to do is we're going to reach out to the octave. And you're just going to reach these. These are the notes we want. It's a C chord. You'll run across it eventually. You'll get there. But all I'm doing is playing them one note at a time. So it's here and then here. Here and then scrunch up. But I don't have to make that move. Here. Here. If you want to do it that way, that works too. I think that's a better finger and a more solid fingering than what they're showing you. The fingering they're showing you is a beginner's fingering because they're keeping you pretty close to this 5-finger position. You're not getting out too much. Occasionally you go out a little bit, but not for very long. And I'm showing you this is a more advanced fingering for that chord because you got to be able to do these chords in extended, what we call extended position. Eventually, that's all I'm showing you here. If you want to try it, try it. If otherwise, you got to go from here to here. Now on the left hand, you're 1, 2, 3, 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2. That's just a C chord, broken C chord. And then you cross over to get that dotted half note. Well, that's a kicker because now on measure 5, you got to be back down here. That's quite a ways. And there are 3 notes. You got to get them all at the same time. Piece of cake, right? We have to practice that, going from here to here. You lift up for the phrasing anyways, and when you do, you just come down and try and catch them all. And then a broken C chord, and then a blocked C chord. That's right. Measure 9 is an F and a G. And then this is actually a 5/7 chord. Remember the 5/7 chord is here. Well, normally we would do that, but we can do this instead, and that's what they're doing. 2, 3. Measure 13 is 4 chord. 2, and that's tied for 2 measures, and then here. that some more. Measure 21's 5/7 chord. That's tied for 2 measures, and then we have a broken C chord. Okay. At the end, the last 3 measures, you're here 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and you just lift up and move down. It is a C. 2 ledger lines below bass clef is a C. Just memorize it. It's C down here. It's 2 octaves below. Here. Put the hands together. This should be interesting. So it's here. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1. And immediately get your right hand up here where it needs to go. So after 3 counts, the left hand comes down. Because you don't have any rest or anything. It just, you may have to practice. 2. Reach up. So you put the hands together. And then go back through it a few million times and get rid of the hesitations. You can go as slow as you need to, but the beat needs to be a steady beat. Once you can do that, then we add the articulation, the slurring. I disagree with that. I would slur this whole first line all together, connect it all. To me, it should all be connected together. When you get short slurs like that, it gets choppy. That's too choppy for me. Now, that's the style of some pieces. They're supposed to be choppy, but this is a fluid, nice piece. Then at the end of the line, you're going to lift up. You have to lift up because you got to move. You can lift up. I'm following the words. If I get a comma in the words, I'll lift up. The end of the page here. I can connect those if I want to. If you read the words, there's nothing in the first verse. Now the other verses do have a comma. You can lift up there. So I leave it up to you whether you lift up at the end of the page and go on in the right hand. Connect all that. Now lift up. And I'm talking about right hand here. Connect the left hand as best you can. You can't, but do the best you can. Lift up. Lift up. This is how they get away with their fingering. They want you, they're going to lift up anyway. But I just don't like that, going from here to here. So I use this other fingering. Put in the phrasing and then the dynamics. Well, that applies to the melody. The first line is introduction. It's all the same there. Moderately soft. Whatever you think moderately soft is, sort of soft. And then go down to soft. See the arrow at the end of the line? You're going to down to soft. Go down to soft. And then for measure 5, it's moderately soft. But that applies to the melody, which is the right hand. Whatever you think moderately soft is, the left hand has to be very soft. How soft can you play that and still get them down at the same time? You're staying there until measure 13 at the top of page 33. Then you come up to moderately loud and in the right hand. The left hand's still soft. Measure 17, go back to soft. You're echoing that. And at the end, that measure 20, you crescendo. You can't crescendo on the right hand, it dies away, but you can go very soft to moderately soft. Very soft, soft, moderately soft. You get a little loud. This does not get moderately loud. The moderately loud is a measure 21 here. That's moderately loud. Left hand's in the background here. Here. And And then on measure 24, they have that little arrow to get softer. Go back down to very soft. This dies away on its own. Soft. Very soft in the left hand. And at the end, when I play this note, I want to hear that note. Here, and that's soft here, so this is very soft. Well, it says very soft, but they don't need to tell you very soft. You bring out the melody, you'd play it very soft anyway, hopefully. Don't use the soft pedal, that's cheating. Do it with the hands. Learn to play really soft with the hands. Speed, peacefully. Put somebody to sleep with this. That's the feel of it. It's not the speed of the beat. If I go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, you may think that's not slow. Well, it's the feel of the piece. It is slow. Then, of course, they've added pedal. You don't need pedal on it. You do fine without pedal, but they've added it. Okay, let's talk about it. If you're going to use pedal, understand why you're using the pedal. Otherwise, just don't use it. The first line, I'm using it for the overtones on this chord because all these notes in those last two measures of the first line are a C chord. All of them. So it's here. And then push it down after I play the note and hold it down. I'm going to lift the pedal with the hand so there's a little silence before I go on. I got to get my hand in position. If you want, you can take advantage of the pedal here and go ahead and get your left hand down here ready and let the pedal continue to hold the sound out. And then lift the pedal up when you're ready to go on. Like so. We'll cheat a little bit, but don't do that as a habit. You want to learn it without pedal first. And then here. And then I can go ahead and get ready to go and then go. It's normal in piano where we pedal the longer notes because it gives them overtones, it gives them color. Otherwise on a piano, a long note just sits there and dies away. But if you pedal it, it gives it color. And that's sort of what they're doing. They're adding color to those. You don't need it, but you want to add color to them, go ahead. Push the notes down first and then the pedal. Lift the pedal with the hands so we get the silence between the phrase. And that's pretty much what they're using it for until you get to the loud, exciting part, if you call it that. That's measure 21 or 20 or here. Now they're pedaling all the way across, they want the overtone. That's too much for me. I don't want all that. So I'm going to change the pedal at the measure line. Measure 22, measure 21 is here, and then change it here. You're holding the left hand down. That cuts out a little bit. I don't want it too much. I mean, it's not the character of the piece. Measure 24, I'm changing it there because I don't want both of these notes together. I want to keep the melody clean if I can, so I'm going to change it there. Measure 23 is here, and then 20, change it. And then lift up with the hand. They have it down here. No, let's not do that. Lift it up at the end of measure 24. So we can hear the phrase, and then you don't need to pedal measure 25. We're coming down. Now you can pedal the end if you want for the colors, for the overtones. So I would not pedal measure 25 at all, in my opinion. If it were loud and exciting, then okay, maybe. But when it's soft like this, let's calm down a little bit and get rid of the overtones. We don't need them here. do the other verses, you just repeat the whole thing and keep repeating for however many verses you're going to sing. I'm not singing it, so I'm not going to repeat it. I like to play it with you slowly, slower than it is actually, to check the notes and the rhythms. I'm not going to do any dynamics. I'm going to pedal it as I suggested. I'll give us 3 counts. Now you should be playing the same note I'm playing at the same time I'm playing it. 1, ready and go, and 1 and